Howdy, folks. Is Vile Mike here with Stud Muffin himself, Elihu.
What's up? How you doing?
I was going to try to watch Star Trek Prodigy, the first episode, but I'm having issues getting my hands on the episode legally.
So Von Marks likes the Corn album. He's got issues.
Pretty much, yep. I basically the problem is the fact that my computer sucks, and I do have the episode, but I have to do certain things in order to get it to play the way I want it to. And right now, that particular program has decided to stop working.
Oh, fun.
So I'm going to wait to see if I can get it to see what happens, and then we'll watch it. And we'll just vamp for a little while. How you doing, sir? I'll be right back.
And when he says he'll be right back, he doesn't come right back.
I'm right back.
Buenos dias, Mrs. Vile.
Yes, and Mrs. Vile, how you doing, babe?
Yes,
if anyone wants to come up just to vamp for a while, because this might be a little bit, I gotta figure out what the hell's going on with my freaking computer.
Yes, Dave, we are ignoring you in the chat. I'm not Ryan Johnson.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be a CNA stream if I wasn't having issues with my effing computer.
And you guys realize that the issue started when we did the Jeff Nerdy about disasters? That's when it all started up.
Pretty much.
Buenos tardes. In case you're on the East Coast.
It's still morning time, so it's Buenos Dias.
Okay. So I said, unless you're on the East Coast.
So yeah, the plan is to try to watch Star Trek Prodigy, because I haven't seen any of it. I got the first episode, but it had some issues with the record. So I am trying to recompile the episode.
Let me ask you, is the episode 40 minutes long or 20? Because the first one's a part 2. So,
it's the full 40 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, some people were complaining when they were trying to watch it, they had to wait for part 2. Like, oh, come on! I'm not sure if Paramount Plus actually fixed it or not.
Blame Elihu.
No, blame Canada. Blame Canada.
But, yeah, basically, I tried to legally get a copy of the episode by connecting my computer to his TV, a buddy of mine's TV who actually has everything, and recording the episode. But it didn't work. And Jordan, I see you in the back room, but it says that nothing's connected to you.
You realize, Mike, what you were trying to do was the old 90s style, holding a tape recorder up to the radio?
Basically, yes.
Yeah,
that was my plan.
That's what you're trying to do.
But I didn't realize that by doing that, I had a lot of connectivity gaps. So I manually removed as many of those gaps as I could from the recording, and where my computer was basically just processing the video slowly.
So it took like
and that's why I have to re-render the video. And it looks like it actually started to render again, and it's starting up again, so we'll see if this works.
Have you tried closing some of the 90s Central programs in the background?
Yes.
Okay.
I actually spent about 2 hours this week just uninstalling programs that I don't need and cutting programs that, disabling programs that I don't need to have run in order to try to make the computer faster.
Well, I'm going to ask you the basic question. Did you try turning it off and on again?
Of course.
Somebody's driving away from you.
Yeah, it's a guy with a big Mustang. So he's probably got his engine louder than normal just because he's an ass.
And there's Jordan.
Turn that off. All right. Yeah,
Looks like you were having computer issues too because it said none of your devices were connected.
Yeah, it's a stupid Walmart microphone. It's like a government microphone. Only works half the time.
It's somebody who's a baker carpenter, Dandelion. They want to combine their two trades, cooking and carpentry. So they make stud muffins.
So I think they found Canadian Spider-Man.
Yes.
The Royal Mounted Police showed up. He was asleep inside his house. Someone actually showed up. I think it was Guy's car called the convenience store. They're supposed to come and check out. Apparently, a guy named Andrew showed up. When the police, exact same time police showed up. He was having problems with his computer. He really couldn't hear anybody. His mouse was dead. I think his computer screen gave out, so he ended up closing his stream down. But he was okay. He fell asleep inside. Too many people speculating shit.
Well,
I thought the stream.
Well, the way it sounded, I thought someone said he screamed for help and he was passed out in the backyard or something.
That's what they thought, but he actually passed out at the house.
Yeah, I could not find anywhere where he was screaming for help.
Oh, because I passed out in the backyard before, so that wouldn't have been surprising, because I've done that before.
I was trying to tell everybody, rewind the stream. Do you actually see him falling asleep? No, he moves the camera. You don't see him lay down. If he was going to fall asleep in the camera, he'd actually do that. This is him. He's like, okay, I'm the idiot. He's laying down and then he'll talk to the camera. No, he just moved the camera. He did not lay down. But no, everybody wants to talk over everybody in the LDG stream. So when the cops showed up, I'm like, guys, he's trying to say something. Shut up. Let him talk. Let's see what's going on.
Well, to be honest, I don't think he knew that he was still streaming.
I don't think he did either. Yeah, he looked groggy as fuck.
But it's better that he's safe and the police were called than him not being safe and the police not being called.
Yeah. Well, at least someone knew where he's streaming from.
Yeah, and it's good that the community was able to rally and make sure that someone was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I loathe to think about the fact that it was possible that somebody on YouTube was streaming while freezing to death.
So are we doing Jeopardy today, or?
No, I'm gonna try to watch the first episode of Star Trek Prodigy, but I gotta wait for my computer to catch up.
Oh, so it's gonna be like a watch party today?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, because I've already seen it in that album.
Well, without spoiling anything, what is your impression of the first episode? Because, as I said, I haven't watched it. This is just for me to, give a live reaction while I watch the movie, or while I watch the episodes.
Hey, Owen, come here. Because me and Owen have been watching together. I told you to turn that off, too. So, but here, come here. Come here.
Mike, people complain after the first episode airs, like, this is not Star Trek. Second episode goes, okay, so it goes Star Trek. Third episode, that's Star Trek. Yeah, watch more than one episode. Okay, if you actually watch this from like STD, like, this is not Star Trek. Okay, I agree on that. But if watch one episode, then the second episode. Don't just watch one episode and get your little opinion on this. It's like watching What If and you hear Greta Grunberg go, okay, nope, Greta, I'm out. I just watch the episode, okay? That's my opinion on it, Mike.
The way I look at it is the people that complained about, like how the Ewok movies aren't Star Wars, or how Star Wars Rebels wasn't Star Wars, and now it's one of the most beloved shows about Star Wars.
All right, you want your first impressions here?
A children's show, but so was Star Wars Rebels. So was Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
All All right,
They weren't
here's your
necessarily bad.
Yeah, here's your first impressions. What do you think, Owen?
I think. Wait, what?
Prodigy.
Oh, I think Star Trek Prodigy is amazing. I don't even remember what they said or something.
He says it's amazing. It's all right, you know. I mean, you don't get your complete Star Trek feel, but still good show that it's almost getting back to the debate. It's better than Discovery. It's better than Picard.
We'll see.
It's also more hopeful. But it's not episodic. It's more serialized.
I just don't get the whole, it's not Star Trek. And I'm like, Star Trek can be a lot of different things.
Yeah. Well, you're not going to get your old school Burnham era Star Trek feel, but it still is Star Trek. It's more Star Trek than I feel that like Discovery was. Because it has a more optimistic view. It's a little nihilistic, but it's still optimistic.
Yeah, people complain it's not Star Trek because, wait, where's the Federation? Where are the Klingons? Where are the Romulans? Where are the Vulcans? This isn't Star Trek.
Well,
Really?
where's the Federation and Voyager? They're out in the middle of boondocks.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
that's still Star Trek. Hello.
And Deep Space Nine, they were on the edge of the boondocks. There. most of TNG, they're out on the perimeter exploring new worlds.
That's okay, Yvette. Nothing is going as planned today, so. I'm going to be playing the same episode I want to play.
Yeah.
Not Ryan Johnson. Hindsight is not always 20/20. Sometimes you need to wear glasses.
Yeah. Hey, you can't hear the TV in the background, right? My mic stopped picking it up, right?
What? Hold on.
If I don't know what you're talking about, I only hear you, so something's not being picked up.
Okay, good. So the TV is low enough for the kid that you guys can't hear it on the stream. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, so obviously the mic is working, dude. I can't hear shit except you.
Oh no! I was hoping that the TV wouldn't get picked up because the kids watching TV and don't want to copyright strike. Apparently, Rambling Canuck got a copyright strike last night.
Not Ryan Johnson. I would completely agree with you with that statement.
Thank you. The last words. I'm used to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Like, this isn't Star Trek. This is Star Trek I'm used to. Thank you. That's the right phrase to use, man.
Let me put it to you this way. Batman is like a quintessential comic book type character. But that's like arguing that Adam West Batman isn't real Batman, or that, the Dark Knight type Batman isn't real Batman.
No, the Dark Knight, Batman was always the campy guy. He became the Dark Knight in the 80s.
Because the Star Trek I'm used to is good Star Trek.
I would highly doubt that, Bert, because there's a lot of bad Trek out there in individual episodes, and it's still considered.
There's no bad Trek.
Threshold.
Wait, SCE.
Wow, Threshold is a masterpiece.
You heard this?
Compared to anything in Discovery.
You heard that? There's no bad Trek.
I'm sure we lost Bird of Prey for. I think it has something to do with him saying Threshold was a masterpiece. He's back.
I stick by it. So is Journey to Eden.
Well,
or Way to Eden, whatever it's called.
The worst episode. I was like, I could think of a lot worse episodes than Threshold. Like you got
Threshold is a fucking
honor
piece.
That one.
Hold on. Captain Trek, what are you trying to say, Captain?
I'm saying Way to Eden, masterpiece.
That's it. Just Way to Eden is masterpiece.
Compared to,
compared to,
or it's just a masterpiece on its own, which is fine.
I'm saying Threshold is a masterpiece. Compared to
you just hurt my sense of scientific curiosity. with that statement.
Compared to not on its own. God no.
Howdy, Indy.
There we go. That's better. Compared to what's being put out now, Threshold is a masterpiece.
I can't accept that because Threshold was like the worst scientifically accurate movie in or an episode of a franchise that does bad science all the time. Threshold is literally painful for me to watch because of how bad the science is.
I have not watched that episode.
I would rather
in years.
watch. What was that one?
Code of Honor.
Code of Honor. Thank you. How did you know? I'd rather watch Code of Honor.
I'd rather watch
on repeat for a month.
Threshold instead of Code of Honor, that one Al Marine episode.
I would rather watch all the worst of all Trek compared to one season of Lower Decks.
Okay, see, now that's the thing. I don't have a big problem with Lower Decks. My problem is with Discovery and Picard.
Oh, Discovery, I despise. I just think it's utter garbage.
Lower Decks and Prodigy, I'm not. I don't hate.
Prodigy, I don't have an issue with.
Prodigy is what we're going to try to watch today if I can get my computer to play it. Right now, it's going to be at least 20 minutes minimum before I even get to that point.
You said that 40 minutes ago. Sorry, 41 minutes ago.
Quantum explains everything in Star Trek equals space magic. Yes, I would definitely say that. That's why we have technobabble. But
don't rub it in.
What's the episode that where Barclay had a disease that caused everyone to de-evolve? I can't remember the name of the episode for TNG.
Yeah.
Genesis?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Genesis.
Okay. That episode was chock full of bad science as well. But it was a fun episode that the bad science was used to explain a situation, and then it became about the situation. Whereas Threshold, the bad science kept on chugging and kept trying to use more bad science to justify other bad science to justify more bad science. And the solution was even worse bad science. So I can't stand that fucking episode.
Kind of like the Voyager episode where Paris and Janeway become lizards.
That is Threshold.
That is Threshold.
Sorry. I'm still waking up, guys. Okay, sorry, man. The title just evaded me.
He hasn't had his bowl yet.
I actually only had 3 cups of coffee so far.
And 0 bowls.
Yeah.
But I am looking forward to watching it if I can get my damn computer to play it.
Yeah, it's a good one to watch with your kids. Like, if you got younger kids.
Well, after the live stream, I will be hanging out with the younger Vile kids today, so maybe we'll watch it with them. And
that'd be a good one to get, if you want to get them into Trek. It's a good one to start with. Then maybe you can get them interested in other ones.
Read the cliff notes.
Yvette, I haven't started the boards yet, only because I was waiting for the poll to officially finish. If you haven't voted on the poll, which I know Yvette hasn't because she doesn't have Twitter, but I will say I'm slightly disappointed by the Twitterverse right now because
you mean Twitter's actually disappointed you? I'm shocked.
What's the current poll numbers? Star Trek, Doctor Who, Aliens. Which one's winning?
I think Alien was winning by 50%.
I voted.
All right, hold on. I'm going.
Yeah, when I voted, Alien was at like 50%.
Yeah, I voted
right
Alien
now.
too.
Okay, as of right now, it has 16 votes. It's been up for 5 days with only 16 votes. With Alien, the Alien franchise getting half the votes so far. But what I'm disappointed in is the fact that it's been up for 5 days and I've only got 16 votes. But the Twitter poll I did yesterday regarding whether socks should be worn with sandals received 25 votes in just 24 hours.
Socks
Yeah,
should be worn in sandals only in certain environments, okay?
now that's one of those. You should go to prison for 5 years.
Only women.
Living
But
in
I just think
California,
it's
you'll see
funny.
socks and sandals.
I just think it's funny that a poll that about socks with sandals got more votes, even though it was up for a less amount of time, than my Jet Nerdy poll.
What does that tell you about Jet Nerdy?
Apparently, it's less popular than socks with sandals.
Yeah, because you keep doing it on other than Star Trek. Brands.
Well, this one was a Patreon suggested game. So if you wanted to be Star Trek next time on a Patreon one, Bird, you got to join Patreon and do the suggestions next time.
Yes, I might have to.
Are you talking about the Lyman-Cartman manifold and Einstein theory? Cartman theory?
Was this related to the Abacuri drive? Is that what you're talking about, Indy?
This paper just came out last month. I'm reading about what's our space times right now.
All right.
Hey, Larry, are you gonna be doing what's up with the universe this week?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole thing on Twitter started because I walked into my ex's house with the younger Vile children, and they refused to see me until I took off my socks because I was wearing flip-flops with socks.
Well, that's perfectly okay of them.
A legitimate reason.
Well, it was kind of chilly that morning. That's my
Then don't wear sandals.
Hey, what do you
socks
consider?
with sandals is my weather gear for San Diego.
What do you
Okay,
consider
they have
chilly there?
shoes in San Diego,
Nice.
right?
Yes, but in San Diego we usually wear sandals, and it was slightly cold, so I wanted to keep my tootsies warm.
I don't know about
Okay,
we
I
is.
got a question. What do you
I've been to
consider
San
cold?
Diego quite a bit.
What
There
do you
wasn't
consider
any.
cold there, Vile? What do you consider cold?
Probably anything under 60.
That's what I consider cold.
No, it was
my weather.
when I woke up that morning. It was 37 degrees outside Fahrenheit.
That's t-shirt weather. That's t-shirt weather. You can have our negative 40.
Okay, not all of us are Canadian.
I'm not a Canadian. I'm Minnesota. That doesn't make us Canadian.
You're South
Minnesota.
Canadian. Minnesota is almost Canadian.
In fact, it's north of good parts of Canada.
Yeah.
I think this is what he's talking about, the warp drive. Hang on, let me put it in the chat.
Yeah, the Albuquerque warp drive. And I'm not, Alcurbieri. Sorry, I don't know how. Mrs. Vile's gonna be mad at me because I can't pronounce this guy's name, but he was a Mexican physicist.
Wait, that's just a Scrivener Whipple, but hang on, I'm sorry.
How you doing, Ty?
What's going on?
Waiting for my computer to finish something so I can try to play the damn episode.
Which one?
The first
Please?
episode of Prodigy.
Oh. Could we at least watch one of the more decent episodes?
No, because I haven't seen any of them yet.
Yeah, that is the right link. I put it
Vile,
in
what
private
are you
chat.
doing that you need? Like-
Basically, Bird, the way it happened was
I mean, I
last night
have an
I go to a friend's
MP4
house.
file.
Sorry?
I have an MP4 file of the first 2 episodes if you want it.
Ooh, this is
If you
interesting.
want to, if you want to email those to me, it might be faster.
Okay, well, I can't.
I did legally record the episodes but the problem is my
I'm
computer's
sure
so
you did.
slow.
I'm not asking for
this is
history,
cool.
but
you
it's a
put that-
350 megabit file. I can't email it. Is there an FTP site or somewhere to upload it?
I don't have one that I have access to other than
Okay, how are you going to watch it?
I was basically just going to upload it to OBS and play it on OBS.
You're going to play it for everybody to want to see?
Yes and no.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they're showing.
He has a plan.
They're showing
by
the
the
last
way-
3 Star Trek movies on Sci-Fi up here in Canada. Nice.
Hey guys, I don't have YouTube open up. Can somebody put that link I put in the private chat?
What I
chat so
can
they read about
do,
it?
no, that's not going to work.
So basically, what happened was I discovered this morning that the recording of the episode had a lot of pauses in it because my computer was recording it slow,
Oh,
and I manually edited those pauses out without watching the frickin' episode, which was really hard.
yeah, I
And
know
I'm
how that feels.
Compiling the episode together, but my frickin' computer sucks, and it's taking forever to recompile the episode.
Mm.
Just get a Fire Stick with the Cinema app.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, Yvette, you might be disappointed in me. I haven't seen any of Supernatural past season 8, I think. And that was only because one of the pawn shops I did business with was going out of business, and I bought a whole bunch of their movies and seasons of TV, and that included at the time seasons like 1 through 11 of Supernatural. So I decided to watch the Supernatural, even though I posted it on the eBay store, but it sold by the time I got to season 8.
Backfired on you.
Thanks, Commodore Ty.
Yep, no problem. It's up there.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm having a shitty connection right now, so I'm like, oh shit.
I might have just bit off more than I could chew for this project today. But even if we just sit here and bitch and moan about Star Trek, I'm fine. Because, that's what Star Trek fans do. We nitpick.
Nitpicking Prodigy is like when LDG was watching WandaVision. That's how it feels like.
Yeah, but LDG seems to really hate WandaVision for reasons that I don't understand.
He got
He
trolled
hates it
by
because
trolls.
it didn't add up to his theories.
Yeah, he got trolled by trolls. Marvel never say anything. He's been going on what trolls have been saying, what other people have been saying, but not official stuff. And when the other people saying didn't happen, he got pissed. I'm like, yeah, you got trolled by trolls, dude.
And I think that's also why he doesn't like Matrix 4, is because he had in his mind what he thought Matrix 4 should be, and instead the entire movie was trolling people. Because the entire movie was just the first movie redone.
Yeah.
With a bunch of meta humor about the fact that it was the first movie being redone.
Bird just gave you the link to download Prodigy's episode 1 and 2 if you want them.
Yeah,
All
right
right.
click on it and choose Save As.
But that's how I feel like when watching Prodigy. Like, I'm looking for all these things of what's happening. I feel like LDG watching WandaVision.
Hold on.
Norman, comment or type, put the link in the chat.
No, I can't think of one legitimate reason I would like to watch Discovery.
No one has a legitimate reason to watch
Oh yes.
Discovery.
Oh yeah. Now wait. Let me finish. What's his name? Orville Nation said that if he did a review of Discovery, he would be worse than Doomcock.
Ooh.
I volunteered to watch along with him, just so he would review it.
Hey, I got a good reason for you. And so you actually
Turn
have
me
something
down.
to bitch and moan about.
Well, I can barely understand what you're saying.
Who, me?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
like it's all quite distorted.
Sorry, is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, all I do is adjust the microphone about an inch.
Okay, yeah.
But the reason you watch Discovery is so that you have something to bitch and moan about. That's what we're good at.
I'd rather complain about something I like.
Yeah, it's like being like Salty Trekker making fun of First Contact. It's like I at least want to make something that I enjoy making fun of.
Oh, I enjoy making fun of Discovery there.
Well,
I enjoy making fun of it.
No, but like when we nitpick some of the older classic Treks, we do it because it's like we're interested in the show. We want to dive deeper. With Discovery, it's just so bad. It's like it angers us.
I just rename my ship in Star Trek or online there to the USS Burnham, so I'll never lose a battle.
I saw the USS Burnham yesterday, dude, flying around space. That was you?
What?
I saw the SS Burnham flying through space. I'm like, who the hell is the name of the ship of Discovery?
No, my ship is the USS effing Mother effing Cisco. Can you get the ship we got?
Oh yeah, because I look at some of the ship names when I go by when in sector space. I'm like, who the hell names the ship Burnham?
My Prometheus class there is the USS sheer effing Hubris.
I got two ships, the Austin and Orville.
Well, my primary ship is the Epimetheus. That is a Prometheus class ship that is named after Prometheus's brother. And no, this has nothing to do with LDG. I named it long before I even met him.
Yeah, because there was a bunch of Prometheus in the Star Trek. You had the Nebula class USS Prometheus, and then you had the USS Prometheus class.
Yes. But to go back to what you guys were talking about a little bit about Discovery, and yes, I am getting the episode now. Thank you, Bird. And it's downloading much faster than it was compiling, so I should have it in like 5 minutes or so.
Sweet.
But I don't hate Discovery despite how bad it is. And no, I don't try to defend that it's a good show or anything like that. Because as much as Discovery sucks, it has done one thing. And that is bring interest back into Star Trek. And even if you think that interest is bad,
and it's made people enjoy like the older Star Treks, even the lesser episodes.
Exactly.
Like season 1 of TNG, Enterprise, first 2 seasons.
It
It's made you appreciate those episodes because at least they tried.
Star Trek Discovery, my daughter wouldn't want to watch Star Trek.
Then she doesn't like Star Trek.
No, she doesn't want to watch Discovery. That's why we started reviewing the original Star Trek, is so she could see how it started before she even gets to Discovery. And we even started watching Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan, so now she gets to watch one of the best movies because of Discovery. She would have had no interest watching it beforehand.
But how would he recognize Chekhov when they never interacted?
That has been the big debate in the Star Trek community forever. My idea was easily this would have changed the whole scene, but fixed. It wouldn't have to change anything else. Switch Chekhov with Sulu.
Yeah.
Yes, okay, that's better.
Even though Sulu was not in that episode per se, he was still an established character. So you can say, oh, he was off duty or something. With Chekhov, no one saw him until the second season, way after Khan.
That scene would have been better if he didn't even mention you. I remember you was like Starfleet Federation. Then Chekhov could have said Admiral Kirk would never get away with this. Then he goes, oh, Admiral Kirk. You know Admiral Kirk? He's an admiral now. Yada yada yada. You should have never mentioned you. I remember you. No, yeah, you should never mention that part.
No, but I feel like it would have just been a better storyline if it was Sulu as well. Because at the end of the original Star Trek movies, Sulu was captain. So, but Chekhov never went past commander, and he was the number 3 in line of the Enterprise after Kirk and Spock. So nothing would have changed if you just replaced him with Sulu. You would have seen how Sulu became the captain, because that he's in the command program to get command of a starship. And first thing he would have done was become a first officer, and then wouldn't have changed anything.
Oh.
Actors lie all the time about being in the movie and not being in the movie. Look at Andrew Garfield. He said he enjoyed lying about not being a Spider-Man for the past few years. Enjoy, man. Still a little bit of TV. It's just barely audible though, but.
Oh. Now it's just quiet.
The crickets are trying to think about what to say next.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to get this thing to work properly the way I want it to.
Like that will never happen.
You know, if we had known you wanted to do a watch party on Prodigy, we could have specially edited it for you.
I wonder what episode we're going to be watching, because you know how Anti-Trekker does the movie night, Salty Trekker, my bad, does the movie nights with Matthew on Fridays. What episode is he going to pick for to lead into First Contact?
I think it's going to be that Q Who.
Q who?
I think that's the one.
Where they introduce the board.
Yeah.
He just should play Best of Both Worlds 1 and 2.
Yeah. But it would be a bit long. It would be like a 4-hour stream instead of a 3-hour stream.
Yeah, who cares?
It's Star Trek.
Half of us fall asleep halfway through it anyhow.
Yeah.
So cutest.
Because I know, like, I fall asleep, but that's because I get bored with, or I have trouble, I have to stream it, I end up having to fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like to listen to Matt and Salty talk about it while watching
I'm starting to really like these Salty editions. They're funny.
Well, I like a lot of the edits he does too, and some of the stuff.
Nothing in
I
that.
don't think you missed anything, Yvette. I'm just trying to get things to work right. As I said, it wouldn't be a CNA stream if I didn't have computer issues.
Bingo.
Computer shooting all the time.
All right. So let me see what I got to do still. Trying to think.
Not actuating. CNA computer not actuating.
Who's been watching Peacemaker?
I have.
I watched the first 2 episodes, but that's it.
It's
Have you guys
funny.
seen the movie Don't Look Up Yet?
It's funnily stupid. I love it.
Yeah, it's like that good stupid, not like I want to rip my hair out stupid.
Yeah.
It's like good cheese.
You all saw you saw Peacemaker. You saw the actual mistake they made when he was jumping out the window right after Judo Master.
He jumped out the window? No, I don't remember seeing the mistake.
Yeah, you can obviously tell that's not John Cena. That's a stunt double.
Oh, okay. I didn't pay attention that close.
Well, they
Yeah, I
do that
don't-
on Titanic too when they get slammed up against that gate when they're almost underwater there. You can tell that there's stunt doubles in that.
It was almost as bad as the Kirk fight scene. Like, there's Kirk, there's stunt double, Kirk, stunt double. No, you actually see that. That's not John Cena running off that roof jumping.
I gotta rewatch that.
It's on one of my videos on my stream. I did a little video about that.
Oh, cool.
I'm gonna clear it. I'm gonna do another one and clear it up. Sorry, it's a little.
I
fuzzy.
completely missed it, so or else I would have included that in my review. But I got
That's the
all
first thing I noticed.
But I got all my review up to date on the Peacemaker reviews.
Yeah, when I was watching the episode, I'm like, hey, that's not Cena. Hit rewind. Like, nope, that's not him. It's just blatantly obvious.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a wrestling fan, but I know what John Cena looks like, and that was not John Cena.
No. Well, this made me become a John Cena fan. I still hate him as a wrestler, but I think this is more better for him. Like, you should just stick to this and stop, not worry about going back to wrestling.
Yeah, pull a Roddy Piper move. Get out of the
Right.
ring and go behind the screen. Go in front of the screen.
Mm-hmm.
That's what The Rock did.
Vile, did you feel an earthquake 15 minutes ago?
No, why?
Apparently something hit Southern California 15, 20 minutes ago.
How,
Not a big one.
California.
If it's not a 6.0, I won't feel it.
Well,
My
it's
building,
quite,
I'll feel
it
it
was
3.5.
quite a loud one, apparently.
Do you know the
Getting a lot
magnitude?
of. There's debate. Some people said 4. Some people said 2.9.
Oh,
It's not a huge one, but
Yeah, I'll tell you what it is in a second. Look at my little app. Damn it, come on. I hate that circle.
I don't know where. Yeah, it says it's centered. Yeah, it's centered over 11 miles from Valley Center, wherever the hell that is. 4.0.
Okay,
Yeah,
somewhere around
that's gonna-
Temecula.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's like 40 miles away from here. I wouldn't have
Temecula
felt
is
that.
nowhere near. Temecula is not. No. 6.0, yeah, he would have. Where's that? I don't see
You
it.
guys ever actually felt an earthquake?
Here it is. Palomar Observatory. That's where it is. 4.0. 5 miles west-southwest of Palomar Observatory. 4.0.
That's North County.
Yeah, which means the shelves for Walmart are basically empty now. Just kidding. It's only a 4.0, just like Jacob.
Have you guys actually felt an earthquake before?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been in several.
A couple, but they were both in New York.
Yeah, I never. We apparently had a couple here. You know, like not like real close to here, but I've never felt one.
All right, sorry. I was trying to get it so it would not play the sound, so I don't get copyright struck for that.
Hit mute on the video then.
That's what I was trying to do, but I was trying to get it so I could hear it. And the only ways I could do it so I could hear it was by putting my headphones in. And that way I could listen to it, but it wouldn't be playing over the thing. So I will be playing it through the little window here, but there will be no sound. So let's see if I can get this to work then. So there we go.
Yeah, bro, the Ramapo Fault Zone. That's the New York one.
And because I don't want to get in further trouble, I'm going to have some popcorn and soda.
nice.
Wow.
So
And if
I
you guys
am
are-
now watching it for the first time.
If you guys are curious about earthquakes, just go to USGS and look at the search bar. Go for fault lines, and they'll tell you all the fault lines that have been actually discovered, active ones and inactive ones.
Yeah, the one that runs along the Mississippi there, I believe that's an inactive one. It only goes off like once every 150 years.
The New Madrid.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
No, there are earthquakes there. 1.1, 2.0. Some that people don't actually feel. The ones they actually feel are about 100, 150 years. That's what they're estimating. The one that made the Mississippi flow backwards. That's why the worst place to be in the earthquake in the Bay Area is Cal Stadium. Why? Because that's directly on the fault line. The stadium cuts through right on top of the fault line. Worst place to be.
Yeah, but ain't the stadium built real good, or
Look at Cal Stadium pictures. You'll see like about an inch of repairs all throughout the stadium. It's not a perfect circle anymore. I'm sorry, perfect oval anymore. It's broken. It's split. They had to repair it.
okay.
Yeah, it's right on top of the fault line.
I'm still not worried. It's just a small earthquake like that is nothing.
We call them a foot massage.
I mean, hell, if that happened anywhere else, I'm sure people would be freaking out. This is California.
Yeah, an earthquake is not trending right now on Twitter. So it's not really a big deal.
I remember one
It
year on
was
4th of
trending.
July.
That's how I saw it.
I don't see it trending on mine. Huh.
I remember one year on the 4th of July, there was like a 7.0 earthquake. And it happened right as I was carrying a plate full of steaks and hamburgers and hot dogs to the grill. And I felt the ground shake and I didn't even drop the plate of meat.
How nice. Oh, here's an earthquake now. Now it's trending. Now I see it. Did you feel that? Did you feel that? Who felt the earthquake? Come on.
It's funny, you guys talk about earthquakes like we talk about tornadoes here in the Midwest.
You guys have earthquakes as well.
Oh, not very. We get about as many earthquakes as you guys get tornadoes over there.
I haven't had a tornado in San Francisco.
You never had one?
Nope.
I remember being out on the front porch there. It's what was it? It was either a strong F0 or a weak F1. Went right down the highway and took out our laundromat there. We were all sitting out on the front porch watching it.
Lucky. I've yet to see a tornado.
You have yet to see one?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have a problem with that, Yvette. Let's see. Remind me on the next calendar day. Because I will forget, because I'm a dumbass.
Wow, this is odd. People in San Diego saying they felt it, but the shake map doesn't even register that. Yeah, stop trolling the Twitter, people. I live in downtown San Diego. I felt a little shake. You know, you did. The shake map does not represent that.
Let's do the shake. Oh, yeah.
The hippie shake.
No, let's do the Harlem shake. I think the only person that would have got that would have been Patty.
I will say, so far, after being like 5 minutes into the episode, it very much does remind me of Star Wars Rebels, the first episode of that.
For me, when I first watched it, I felt like I was just playing a video game, like watching a cutscene from like an Xbox game or something.
Oh, I thought the same thing when I watched Star Wars Rebels and Star Wars The Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm. But they even have until like later on in the episode, it doesn't even have that Star Trek look to it.
Well, I don't have a problem with that because let's face it, a lot of Star Trek properties don't have the Star Trek look the first time you watch it. I mean, literally, you could argue that Next Generation doesn't have the Star Trek look to it.
Well, a better argument would be Deep Space Nine. That'd be a better argument for that.
Hey, Mike,
did you see? Spaceship, not a starship.
Mike, did you see Yvette's comments at 10:17?
Yes, I already answered that question too. I told her to remind me closer to the calendar day.
Sorry, I didn't know what
because
you're
I'm
talking
an
about when you
idiot
said
and I'll
that.
forget.
I just looked at the chat. I didn't realize that's what that comment meant. Sorry.
I'm just watching the voyage home.
I've always thought Voyage Home was kind of funny because it's kind of like the He-Man movie of the Star Trek series. It's literally, bringing them to Earth on the current day. It's something that a lot of movies did back then.
I feel like this is when Star Trek did comedy right.
Star Trek Picard Season 2 is supposed to take place in LA in 2022.
2024.
2024, sorry. So they're going back to Earth.
Just before the Bell riots.
Yep, they're going to be by the Sanctuary District. And if you guys want to know where the Sanctuary District is, it's northeast of San Francisco. That's the Sanctuary District.
That's the San Francisco Sanctuary District.
Yeah,
They're going to LA.
So they bring back the Kazon. I didn't realize that.
Hey, ain't the Sanctuary District's based on something that was getting proposed or something?
No. No.
Because I thought Lord Runner was talking about that on that episode.
No,
But-
the Sanctuary District, no. We already have our districts in the city.
I'm glad that they brought a species that's recognizable about being in the Delta Quadrant. But I'm just trying to figure out how far, because when you look at this, it feels like this is the bottom end of the Delta Quadrant. How far did the Kazons go?
Well, is there a definite time period as when this show is supposed to take place?
5 years after Voyager.
Oh, only 5 years? I
Well,
assumed it took place during the burn or something.
There's a
between.
problem with that, though.
Yeah, but it's later on. I don't want to give it out. He hasn't watched the stuff. So that's what.
Well, I appreciate that.
So, as of now, just think 5 years after Voyager.
Well, I would say it doesn't tell you when it takes place yet, so I would say you're not supposed to know.
That is correct, Bird.
I don't know if it's just because it's the first episode and they put more effort into it, but I will say that the episode is gorgeous.
Oh, the CGI work is amazing.
I can't remember what show we were watching with my kids last Thursday, but I was so disappointed in the CGI. It was just so bad, and I'm like, this is a modern TV show? Everyone looks like freaking cardboard cutouts.
Yeah, I cut the budget somewhere.
I say that since Seth MacFarlane is trolling Star Trek and Orville, they decided to troll the Orville by having their own Yaphet called Meek.
I think it's called Murph.
Oh, Murph. Sorry, Murph.
And,
Yeah, sorry, thank you, Murph.
Well, I definitely see, it is a gelatinous creature like Yaphet.
Yeah, but there's been gelatinous creature type stuff, in science fiction for a long time.
Yeah, I would say it's very different than Yaphet.
Yeah, I think it's a little troll move. I said, you want to troll us? Haha, we'll troll you.
Yaphet talks as a member of the crew. This doesn't.
Still a member of the crew.
It's debatable.
It's more like a pet.
Yeah.
Later, Indy.
Take care.
Oh, Indy's taking off. See you, Indy.
Later, dude.
Take care.
The main character, the male one, Dale. I just essentially just call him Rat Boy because that's what his design looks like to me.
I don't know. He looks like a porcupine to me.
I just can't get rid of that dang tail that sticks out of the back of his head.
He's a porky rat.
Yeah, it's a porky rat. I feel like his character more suits James Cameron's Avatar.
Now, because I haven't watched anything, is the tail like an actual tail attached to his head, or is it just part of his hair? Oh wait, never mind. That shot just kind of confirms it's part of his head.
Hence why I call him Rat Boy.
It's like as soon as I have that question, the show answered for me. That was actually kind of funny.
UK ISS watch, 30 minutes. Just look up, you see a bright white light going across the sky. That's ISS.
Oh, I see that at night. Yeah, I just seen a thing. I can't remember which channel I was watching. They're talking about how we're getting there's so much debris up in the space that pretty soon we won't be able to launch launch rockets into space. So there's too much debris.
Yeah,
I
that
just
is
want to
happening.
scare you.
If you want to scare us, just show a picture of Deej without a shirt on.
Oh, you don't need that. What was
the hell is
that?
that?
That wasn't me.
Hey, Frank's trimmed his beard. Cool.
Didn't miss much, Yvette. I'm still just watching the episode. They're all being quiet now.
Oh, usually Whitey does a lot of the talking. I'm just sitting here playing Minecraft.
Oh, we should have an expected impact on the moon on March 4th.
Oh, cool.
Are you gonna live stream that?
Probably. It's just the defunct SpaceX rocket.
Yeah. Because
But they calculated
watch
the
that.
distance, speed, and they're saying it'll impact the moon on March 4th.
Maybe you've seen Deej too many times do it. You just got numb to it now, Yvette. It's like when you see a horror so many times, you just get used to it.
You kind of miss it after a while.
Like, I just remember in the TNG episode, The Mind's Eye, when they tortured Geordi, and the Romulan says, well, you see that he's getting used to the horrors that he's seeing, so we just change horrors. That's pretty much how you see Deej doing the trouble shuffle.
I will say that one thing that doesn't seem to make a lot of sense with this is the same thing that Star Wars suffers from. Why have biological beings do all this mining if you have that many robots around?
Because he's lazy and likes torturing people.
You understand these are orphan miners in space.
Well,
so that's why you like the show Bird, because you're
So, yeah,
destroying
that makes sense because Bird,
biography
you know,
on a documentary on Kuroga.
You think just because we have robots, we don't use the orphans? The orphans still have to learn valuable lessons.
Oh, I thought it was because he didn't want to waste it.
I don't know. I don't know.
Bird.
LDG with his shirt
want to
off?
waste a perfectly good robot.
What was that?
I thought it's because he just didn't want to waste a perfectly good robot.
Of course not. The robots are more valuable.
I hate this connection right now.
Oh, you got bad connection?
It's been doing this all morning.
Yeah, just blame the fact that you're on my stream. That's what causes computer issues.
No, it's been happening to LVGs as well. Even before I open up Twitter, having a shitty connection speed.
It's all Twitter's fault.
No, it happens to every website I go to. Twitter, YouTube, Stellarium. It's all shitty. I can't even run Stellarium right. It's all jumpy and staticky.
Oh, just still blame Twitter. Everything's Twitter's fault.
I still blame Canada.
Spock swimming with the whales.
Then my damn whales do as we help please.
I just love this. Like, just Kirk's subtle actions. It's like, oh my God, what is he doing?
Go shit, hope nobody sees this.
Okay, that was actually kind of funny. The fact that he's so excited about seeing the valuable gems, he doesn't know a big fucking starship is right there.
What the fuck?
What?
And I'm guessing they eventually explain why the ship is underground.
Yeah.
There's something San Mateo County Sheriff's Office
Nope.
posted. They said they confiscated 30 firearms. Really? They are orange tipped. These are fake guns. These are toy guns. What the hell are they confiscating toy guns for?
Well, that's because you're in
When you
California.
can't get the real guns.
They're taking toy guns.
Take real guns.
I mean, this could be a split-second decision. Somebody could be shot or not. Cops should know. You got an orange tip on your gun? It's not a real gun. It's a fake gun.
Well, what if I just put an orange tip on a real gun? Just to make you think it's a fake gun.
You could,
It's
but that'd
better
be
they shoot
problematic.
everybody.
So you're saying a teenage boy with a toy gun playing with his friends, cop shows up, oh shit, he's got a gun, bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do.
Well,
That was fucked up what happened to that kid.
That's why you shouldn't have to call the police for everything. They should have different departments or different branches of the police force to handle different things.
Well, show how different our areas are. We carry shotguns in the back of our vehicles there, and the cops would compare theirs to ours.
Yeah, that's certain areas of the country that happens.
How you doing, Jedi Bill? If you don't know what's happening, I'm watching the first episode of Star Trek Prodigy while everyone else talks.
And nobody's talking.
Yeah.
I do enjoy the design of the Protostar. It does make it feel like it does belong in that Voyager late 24th century feel to it. With the arrow, like,
I'd like to see a live version of it over the animated.
Yeah, it would be cool to see a live version of it because I can see like aspects of the Prometheus in there, Voyager in there, the Nova class, like the Odyssey class, which became the Enterprise F Sovereign. Like I can see this ship fit in that design era.
All right, and since I've been avoiding everything having to do with Prodigies so I wouldn't get spoiled, the ship doesn't look that big. In fact, it looks like it's about the same size as the SS Vial.
It's a tiny ship. It's about the size of a runabout.
I thought it was a lot bigger than that.
I thought it would be the
No.
same size, but roughly the size of a Nova class.
Yeah, because it's big. It's bigger than a runabout because it can build a runabout inside the shuttle bay.
You can't build a runabout. You can build a shuttle.
Oh, it's close enough. Same
I mean, don't get me wrong. Okay, maybe it's bigger than a runabout.
I would guess
it's
maybe
all- it-
two. I think I would guess maybe it's roughly 200 meters, like just
I guess it's about the size
slightly
of
larger
the
than a.
I mean, they said the crew is like 20 people.
I think
Well,
it's
the
about the
Prometheus
size
had
of
like a crew of 4.
So yeah, basically it's about the same size as the SS Vial.
Hail, Kuroga, Jedi Bill.
Hey,
Can someone deal with that?
Let's play Whack-a-Bot.
Well, they also brought back the Metrons, which I think is a pretty good idea, and it's interesting the way they're handling it. So I think that's actually pretty cool. Okay, that's funny.
I gotta make some more coffee.
He just the Metron just says a ship this size requires a crew of at least 20 or at least 37 appendages. I mean, come on, that's funny.
Making coffee out of Georgia, so I'm hitting mute to be away from people from the look.
Now we got the Rockhead character, who always refers to himself in the third person.
So, what's the topic of what's up with the universe this week? Wahoo!
All right, you know what? As cliche as it was about them, the way they tricked the engineer guy to join the crew, it does fit with the thematics of the episode so far. So I think that's also pretty good.
Hey, Bill.
And of course, he's saying percussive maintenance, which, come on. You gotta love percussive maintenance in a Star Trek movie, or a Star Trek thing.
Hey, Bill.
So, is anybody else excited for Strange New Worlds to come out?
Sorry, what was that, Jordan?
Is anybody else excited for Strange New Worlds?
Not
It comes out
excited,
in
just
May,
looking forward
right?
to it.
It comes out in May, right?
I will
Yeah,
watch it.
and according to the producer, it's supposed to be more episodic, and so I think they're going to try to get back to their old roots there a little bit.
I'm sorry, but I can't believe if the producers of that Star Trek told me the sky is blue, I still wouldn't believe them. They have so little credibility left in them. Like, I wouldn't trust them for anything.
If the second episode is totally different from the first episode, different mission, has nothing to do with the first one, then yeah, I believe them.
Well, you can have like 2-part episodes.
Well, yeah,
and
but
that's
more
what they
episodic.
usually do.
Yeah, but more episodic and not continuation like Discovery is doing. Is continuation.
But you gotta wait until at least the 3rd or 4th episode to figure out if it's episodic or not.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I hope that Strange New Worlds isn't necessarily episodic, because it's kind of boring nowadays. I would hope that it would be more of like Orville, where there's certain plot threads that run through the entire season, or arcs through the entire season, but each episode can still be watched individually.
Yeah, basically, that's what Star Trek did. That's what
Deep Space
No,
Nine.
that's not what Star Trek did. Star Trek Next Generation most certainly didn't do that. Neither did Voyager.
Deep
Space Nine was the closest thing to doing that.
TNG, they had continuation of Borg, Gremlin conflict, Klingon conflict, but there was different episodes in there, but they still had the continuation of that.
Yeah.
But Discovery is a continuation episode. It's not sporadic. It's continuation.
I would think more of Stargate for that kind of stuff, not necessarily Star Trek.
Star Trek and Stargate is the same premise. It's different episodes, but they still have the Gould, the Jaffa. It's still embedded into the show. They still come across every once in a while.
Star Trek did not use their pre-existing materials nearly as well as Stargate did.
How so?
Okay, let's take the Ritu, for example. How often did the Ritu little cannon things that they had, the ARGs, have use in Stargate? Because they brought those back many times. But even before Voyager, how many times did Star Trek bring back, say, the Borg?
In Voyager?
How many times did Star Trek bring back Lore, but he was still part of Star Trek?
Exactly. How many times did they meet Lore? 3 times. That's it.
And it's still part of Star Trek.
As I said, I hope they have more arcs over the course of it.
Yeah, but Q was in what, 7, 8 episodes? That was it.
But every time you learn a little more.
He's in like 3 episodes of Voyager at least.
Yeah.
And he's in 1 episode of DS9, which I thought it'd be fun to bring him back more in DS9 there, because Cisco actually like confronted him and punched him and stuff. So I think that would have been real fun to see John Delancey and what's his name bounce off each other.
Never played him in Lower Decks.
And apparently Picard's ending after season 3.
Well, it should have ended after season 1.
Season 2 is promised to fix everything that was wrong in season 1. So basically, they're doing a whole new series. There's supposed to be 0 mention of the synthetic Picard. There's going to be 0 mention of that. That's like they're done with it. There's going to be no mention, no casualty of that.
I call bullshit on that.
Yeah, I agree. I'm like, you got to mention he's a synthoid. Come on. I know they casually brushed over it on STD. Like, yeah, some guy named Picard. Some guy named Picard. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're going to make no mention of the synthetic body that Picard has.
Yeah, and they just did that in STD. He was the first one to do it. Go through that process.
Yeah, but remember the doctor Stannis was like some guy. He didn't know who he was. I'm like, wait, you didn't know?
Because they were from the 23rd century. They still don't know shit that happened after the fact. So at least they kept that aspect of the show credible. Like you couldn't have them come to the future and then know every little thing that happened.
So you're saying 75 years after TNG, after the original episode, nobody in TNG should have had memory of what happened previous in the TOS era? Because it's been 75 years?
No. It's
That's
not
the same
75
kind of
years.
mindset.
It's almost 100+ years.
Yeah,
after.
and people still reference that they know the characters from the original TOS.
Yeah,
So you're saying
but I'm
STD
just saying
should
the
have done something
people
like that?
from Discovery's time wouldn't know, so they
That's
wouldn't
about
get
the
the
same amount of
reference.
time difference. That's about the same amount of
It's
time from TOS
100
to TNG.
years.
Yeah, same amount of time difference from TOS to TNG, from a TNG to Discovery. They don't know anything about TNG era, like TNG knew about TOS era people. That's bullshit.
How the hell would they know? They were before.
Research.
Discovery
The
people
Computer.
were before
The computer.
Picard.
The computer knows everything. Just casually mention them. Well, come
Of
on,
all
do your
the problems they
research.
give Discovery, them not knowing who Picard was isn't one of them.
Yeah, out of all the things to rip on Discovery about, that's the least thing to rip on.
Okay, I'll rip on
And
the
then it's
Marcino
another
Network.
800 years or 700 years
Well, I
past
think
that
it's
they're
so-
in the future.
They're like
And
a
I'm
thousand
sorry,
years in the
Picard
future.
wasn't that good a captain.
Well, I think with the Discovery there, the burn was an alright premise, but the reveal it, like how it happened, was so stupid.
Oh,
Where the kid just has a tantrum in a dilithium nursery, and all the dilithium goes in there. That'd
So
be
why
like
didn't-
that'd be like my kid going into the middle of an oil field and having a temper tantrum, and all the cars in the world explode.
Why didn't the lithium on the planet become inert? If that happened, if he's on the planet, huh? They didn't explain that part.
No, then he ship with an active warp core apparently.
blew up. But you got to at least say, at least it wasn't too bad because the ships in that era looked like crap.
Yeah.
After 800 years, can you come up with other names besides Voyager? Come on.
They had the USS Nog.
Or the names of that. It's been 800 years. Think of something else.
You ever notice that all the ships in the Federation's supposed to have 150 different member worlds, but yeah, it's all human named starships except for a couple.
They had the USS. Oh, yeah. Who knows?
See, that's my point exactly. I said there's a couple that didn't have human names, but yet you don't see
Well,
them.
I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. I'm just like, that's actually kind of cool. The little sword arm thing she has.
Oh.
Yeah, you get to see a lot of that.
It's not just a sword arm, by the way. She can shape it into what she wants. Exactly, USS TARDIS.
Mm-hmm. And in Peacemaker, it seems like they have Gallifreyan technology.
Or if they really want to troll Orville, call it the SS Mercer. USS Mercer. That would be great if they actually did that. Hate this damn internet.
So what do you think so far, Ryle?
Sorry, what was that?
What do you think so far of the show?
How you doing, Bill?
Hey there.
What up, Bill?
How's it going?
What's up?
As I said, I'm just trying to watch the episode. It's almost over.
I
Yeah,
think Yvette. I think
can't
we're
say
already nuts. I don't think you can drive us anymore. You're on the stream.
Yvette, driving us nuts would have been a short trip.
I'm already nuts.
We're on the
Yeah,
stream
we
for
already
you.
knew that.
More like pecan and cashew nuts, but hey, if you want to get specific about it.
Yeah. He did.
What, Bill? Sorry, I'm not looking at the StreamYard tab. I'm doing something else. What?
Oh,
All right, I'm sorry. That was kind of funny too, guys. When he goes, "What is your job?" I was like, "I thought I was captain." I mean, come on, that's like JJ Trek level.
I'm in two
Kirk
places.
being captain kind of confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm in 3 places. I'm on 3 different streams simultaneously. Yeah.
And
Because
you're
I like
still
to pimp
sane?
I like to pimp myself out, you know.
And you're still
Hey,
sane? What the hell's going on with you, man?
No, I'm not sane. Have you
Okay.
never told me to be sane?
Okay,
Come
okay,
on.
that's better. Okay, I'm like, whoa, what's wrong with Bill?
I mean, come on.
Jeez.
And I actually fell asleep on my own stream last night on the Spidey one. That was rather embarrassing.
Hmm.
Last 15 minutes.
Sorry, I'm trolling Chaos Central right now on Twitter.
Are you?
Yes.
How are you trolling them?
I posted
Yeah,
a link for
LGG.
the.
I'm on Mike's stream and your stream, and I'm simultaneously in. Well, if we're there, beyond 3.
Posted the 4:30
The
round
counter's
table.
still going on Canadian Spider-Man live stream. It is at somehow sets it off.
Oh shit! I'm still have to go. I'm gonna have to go and freeze my battery. I have to go take my battery out of the car pretty soon. You don't know cold until your battery in your car freezes. Some of these guys say it's cold outside, but never had to deal with a frozen battery.
Well, I'm gonna take off because I need to eat. I'm hungry.
Oh, see you
All right, later, Elias.
Take care.
I need food in my system.
Need food?
Later,
You need
Elihu.
food.
Yes, and don't forget, guys, that's 9 p.m. Eastern Time is the Boba Fett Roundtable on Chaos Central. So turn into the 9
I've been
o'clock one.
reviewing that show too.
The 4:31, yeah, they're okay, but the 6 o'clock one is a hell of a lot better.
Yeah, I'll have to watch the episode beforehand. I still haven't had the time to watch it.
Have you caught up to episode 5 at least?
I've seen the first 3 or 4 episodes.
Okay. Because there's only 5 there, so.
Excuse me.
Okay, later, people. Later, weirdos.
Take care.
Take care.
Later, Elihu.
Oh.
Right.
Just reading Vince's last message.
All right, and I will give this credit for not having the, they make the joke about the pew pew phasers, but the phasers are the continual beam kind that we've come to expect from TNG, Voyager, Deep Space Nine, not the little laser bolts that JJ used all the time.
That's
so I'm going to give him credit for that.
Mm-hmm.
Because they look like phaser banks, they act like phaser banks. That's cool. I mean, at least it's good continuity.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll learn more about it as the show as you watch more of the episodes. Stuff gets. They do it like Discovery though, where they kind of space it out throughout the entire season.
I'm sorry. I'm actually enjoying this a little bit. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad either. I mean, it's not nearly as bad as some people have said.
Oh, that's just because some people are way too picky on their stuff.
Oh, we lost Bill.
Oh no. People are dropping off like flies.
I don't know, I'm still on here. I told the kid we'll go sledding after the live stream's done.
And Brando says we all need to review more TOS.
Well, unfortunately, the Vile Child doesn't want to review TOS, but I'm going to punish her by making her at least finish the season with me in a single episode.
Hey, you
Can
got
you punish an 18-year-old?
Yes, I'm allowed. You're allowed to punish an 18-year-old.
Why doesn't she want to review it anymore? Does she not like it?
She just doesn't want to spend the time to do everything.
Hey, don't you have like 20 other Vile Childs you could do it with?
Just have her record these lines and then put them together whenever.
No, because I make her actually watch it with me. That's the thing. All right, I'm not going to sit here and watch the credits, so we'll go ahead and turn that off.
Yes, you hear Bird and Brando Kapla.
And we can turn off, get rid of the popcorn and soda. I wouldn't have a problem with making her watch Supernatural. She likes Lucifer. She might like it. But I don't know. We could ask her about it. Maybe, as I said, lately I'm going to do more of like reviewing an entire season in an episode, not just do each episode individually. Kind of like how I did the Stargate review, where I just basically give a brief synopsis and see what I liked or didn't think about the episode, and give it a score based on 1 through 5. So overall, since I just watched the episode of the first episode of Star Trek Prodigy, I'm going to say it's not bad. It's definitely better than Discovery, especially for a first episode.
Well, it's not that hard of a bar to get over.
True. But I would be happy to watch the rest of the show just to figure out what's going on exactly.
You still don't know what's. I'm caught up with it. I still don't know what's going on. They leave a lot unanswered.
And again, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just it might be annoying to people who aren't used to that kind of thing in Star Trek.
Well, you don't really know what's going to be left unanswered for a while because it's a 20-episode season.
But they're having the finale of the first part today.
Well, that's
on Thursday.
On Thursday, but that's 10 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the second half of the season is going to be later in the year.
Yeah, it's going to be like season 1.5 is what they call it, or calling it.
Right.
Didn't he say he was going to jump?
No,
well, part of that is Nickelodeon. They refuse to allow shows to have more than so many episodes. I don't know what's wrong with Nickelodeon with that regard.
Most Nickelodeon.
I don't know.
Well,
it seems like every show only has 10 episodes per season anymore. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, it's like
Well, this is going to be on TV.
like
So
15 episodes
This
is
is
the
gonna be
most
20
that any
episodes.
season nowadays has. It's like forget about the days of 20 plus episode seasons. It's all 15 or less.
this is
Well,
going
the
to be
one-
a 20 episode.
Well, Seth MacFarlane said he wanted to do like those half season things because he wanted to have more quality episodes with less filler. But it's like, come on, he can come up with 26 episodes that are good.
Well, I just hope they spend their budget wisely and make it a good show. And so far, if the first episode is any indication, I'm hopeful. I mean, I don't hate it. I didn't. I thought some parts were funny. The show is gorgeous. I mean, the CGI is like some of the best I've seen in the last few years. So I'm looking
warmed up
forward
to
to
it a
episode
bit.
2.
I've warmed up to it a bit, but it's just it's okay. It's still better than the other Star Trek we're getting. And it's weird that it's coming from the same studio, yet they seem to write the best stories for a children's show.
Well, let's face it, Star Wars kind of did the same thing
Yeah.
for a long time. Until Mandalorian, Star Wars, the best stuff was the kids' stuff.
Yeah, which is weird that the best stuff for this is the kids one. And
you know why I think that is? I think it's because the higher ups try to put too much. They try to muck about with the more, what they think is going to be more popular. Like in Star Wars case, the movies. In Star Trek case, the primary TV shows.
And they're swinging a miss on that. Like I've been saying since the beginning of Star Trek Discovery, if they can get rid of the Michael Burnham character or at least rewrite her, it would be a decent story because at least the rest of the crew is okay.
Well, I remember when Star Trek Discovery was first being promoted, it was supposed to be essentially the Michael Burnham show with Star Trek characters.
Yeah.
That's how it was pitched.
Yeah. Which I think was the worst thing they could have done.
Well, let's look at it this way. It's what they said they were going to do, and it's what they did.
Yeah,
so we got to give them credit for that at least.
Yeah, but like, how much credit can you give them for destroying a franchise? Pretty much.
All right, later, Yvette.
Like, haven't they heard enough backlash yet that the formula that they're doing with Discovery is not working?
Well, I don't know. As I said, I stopped watching Discovery after season 2, and it's not. I'm not
still the best one of the 4 so far. Season 2 is the best one of the 4 so far.
I'll take your word for it. I mean, it was definitely better than season 1.
Yeah, and it's just gone downhill since then.
Well, it's funny you say that because I thought Salty Trekker and some other people said that it's season 4 has been the best season so far.
No, season 4 is season 4 seems like it's a soap opera in space. It's like I'm watching Young and the Restless in space.
Well,
that's what season 4 sounds like.
I don't hate watch TV, so the fact that after season 2 I wasn't interested in watching it, I'm not going to watch it. I'm still not going to say that I hate Discovery. I mean, it wasn't great, but it still did certain good things, and I'm going to appreciate it for that.
Yeah, it did some great things. Like there's if Discovery did something well, I'm going to say it did something well.
Yeah,
like the casting of Anson Mount as Christopher Pike, I think was the best thing they've done.
But I'm also not going to just continue watching it if it didn't keep my interest. Unlike certain people on YouTube who will hate watch it, and I swear every time the end credits come up, they probably splurge all over their monitor.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know.
Like, most of Discovery I don't care for, but there are aspects of it that I do enjoy, so I watch it for that. If there's something good, I'll give it. If it's not, Like the two-part episode of the Mirror Universe in season 3, I enjoyed because we actually got some characterization of Michael Burnham, even though it was the mirror version of her. It felt like that was the best version of Michael we have.
Well, I don't know. Tell me, when you guys rewatch a show like, say, Star Trek Voyager, and you're watching it episode by episode, do you skip the episodes you don't like?
Yeah.
Or do you watch the episodes you don't like?
No.
I skip.
Yeah, that's what I do too. I skip every time Threshold comes up. I skip it
I watch.
because I don't like
Unfortunately,
It's not the same to skip.
Brando, did that happen in season 3 or 4? Because I have no idea what you're talking about.
I think that's season 3. Yeah, that's season 3. Because you had Carl. That's how you can easily go to like one of those other YouTube sites, and when they go ranting on Star Trek Discovery, just go Carl. They'll lose their mind. But I feel like that was the best part of, like, season 3 got good near the end of Discovery, like especially the 2-part episode with the Mirror Universe.
Okay, but an example of that, and I understand you're saying it gets good near the end of season 3.
Yeah.
Very rarely am I going to give a show that much leeway.
Understandable.
I was because of the Vile Child a few years back. She was in love with a show called Steven Universe. I'm sure you guys have heard of it, even if you haven't watched it, right?
No, never heard of it.
I've heard of Even Stevens.
No, yeah, okay. Well, this was a kids show. It's been getting rave reviews from certain groups, so I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. I got to about episode 10, and I'm like, this is the most boring crap I've ever seen. I can't watch anymore. And then my daughter tells me, well, it doesn't get good till about episode 40.
Oy.
And I'm like, no, I'm not giving it that much time. I'm not watching 30 episodes of stuff that is boring as all hell to me just to get to the good stuff. And because when I get to the good stuff, I'm not going to understand everything.
Yeah, understand.
So I'm just going to stop watching it where I'm at.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. And season 4 of Discovery was, like I say, it's a soap opera in space. It feels like it's like I'm watching like Young and the Restless or As the World Turns or some other one of those daytime soaps, just set in space.
But I don't have a problem with certain things like that, only because I liked Stargate Universe, and people definitely compared that to being a soap opera in space.
No, but this is worse. It's like there's a decent storyline, but they're focusing more on like the drama than the actual storyline. Like Book and Michael's relationship.
Yeah, let's face it, Trek doesn't do relationships all that well, does it?
Yeah, and that's why I'm not.
Except for Dax and Worf, I think most of the relationships have either been what the hell are they thinking of, or
well, you had Odo and Kira, which I think they did well. It was a slow burn. It was a slow burn, and it paid off.
It was not. I didn't really see Odo in love with Kira until they decided to make that a thing.
No, like I saw that, like they kind of made that a thing.
You didn't
like,
see him in love with her through all the second, third, and fourth season?
Yeah, like from the second season onward, he was kind of smitten with her.
Okay, Brando, I would disagree only because Andromeda sucks. Because it became the Kevin. Andromeda was good, and it became really shitty because of Kevin Sorbo. At least Discovery was shitty to start out with, and remained shitty throughout. Because because of the bad writing, not because the star thought they deserved more screen time and wanted to rewrite other people's plots into his own because they were more interesting than his.
Yeah, and also with Discovery, like season 4 does still suck, but at least it's starting to be a bit better because they're focusing on the rest of the crew instead of just on Michael Burnham.
Yeah, but
it's
they made Burnham the queen of the universe.
Yeah, that is.
Again, Jordan, that was something they said they were essentially going to do before the Discovery was even released.
Yeah, and before it was released, people were like, "No, this is going to backfire on them," and so far it has. Like, no one wants to watch it, and yet they keep thinking that this is what people want.
Well, that's because of where they take their polls at. They take their polls in the cities because there's more people. It's easier to get the polling from, so that they think that's what people want.
No one wants it. Like, when it's on TV, it gets horrible ratings. No one. It's like universally panned. I think on Rotten Tomato it has an audience score of 19%.
Well, I don't know. Let me see.
Well, that's what I saw last. I don't know where it is now. Yes, Brando, the computer has become a living being now. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's also something that Star Trek's done before. I mean, maybe not in a specific, only lasting a specific episode or something, but
it's one of the major arcs in the season.
Has anyone ever read the Star Trek New Frontier books?
I gotta drop.
What about like book 6 of them?
All right, it's almost time for Twilight.
All right, later, Bert.
Don't worry about it. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay, Star Trek Discovery overall has a critic score of 86 and an audience score of 36.
Yeah. And they're
But
listening to the critic score and not the audience score.
That's for all seasons aggregate.
Yeah. So they'd rather listen to the critic score than the audience score, the people that are actually tuning in to watch the show instead of people that are paid to watch them.
So technically we could argue it is a critical success.
It is a critical success, but it's like I go by audience. I go by the people. And it's a complete flop.
Well, I don't always go by the audience because the audience can be swayed a little bit more than critics can. I mean...
But the critics also have their own agenda. And they have a list of, does this show meet this? Yes, check mark. Does this show meet this? Yes, check mark.
Let's see. Let's see something. Just because we were talking about it earlier, I'm checking Star Wars Rebels.
I never even watched Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah, right.
Oh, it was kind of like Star Trek Prodigy. That first episode, or the first couple episodes, were not that great, but they weren't bad either. But by the second season, I could legitimately say it was just good.
Oh, well, the thing with being up here in Canada, it wasn't really available up here.
If you have Disney Plus, it's on Disney Plus.
Oh, I know, I got Disney Plus now, but like back when it first came out,
I didn't watch Star Wars Rebels entirely until Disney Plus. So
okay. Well,
and let's see, Rebels has a 98 critic meter and an 82 audience.
Yeah, so it's both a critical and audience success.
So Kirk's computer fell in love with him for that episode. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that episode.
Oh, and yeah, the reason I was bringing up Star Trek New Frontier is because Robin Leffler's mother got imprinted onto the Excalibur's computer, and she essentially became the USS Excalibur. So.
Oh, Robin Leffler? Ensign Robin Leffler, the
Robin
character played by Ashley Judd.
Yeah, her character was her arc was continued on in Star Trek: New Frontier.
I think they ended her arc too soon.
Well,
And,
she's still alive.
I know, but I feel like they were setting her up to be like one of those top secondary characters. Same with Ensign Gomez, and they just dropped them.
I think they should have kept her. I think that was 2 episodes was not enough of Ashley Judd
or of Gomez. I feel like, because I feel like her and Geordi would have made a great team together.
Yeah, and they kind of did Gomez dirty in the Star Trek. What was
Lower
it?
Decks?
No. Wait, was she brought back in Lower Decks?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a captain in Lower Decks.
She's a captain at the season finale of season 2.
Oh, I didn't realize they'd finished. I watched I thought 8 episodes or so.
No, it's 10 episodes. The last 2 are the best 2 of the whole season.
Oh fuck! I need to go back and watch those. I have not seen them.
They're the best 2 of the whole damn season.
Well, was Starfleet Corps of Engineers. Those books. Gomez has an arc where she falls in love with somebody.
Yeah.
And they meet as soon as they, confirm that they're in love and everything, they kill off the love interest.
Oh.
I can't see that coming a mile away.
It was literally heart-wrenching to read that part.
Mm.
And the next 12 books are basically her trying to get over, the love of her life being killed. And I don't know.
When someone says that they're falling madly in love and they're like, yep, he's gonna die or she's gonna die. You can see that.
Yeah, you should keep the TOS reviews coming and just maybe have guest appearances by other people.
Well, what I'll probably do is after I finish the episode I'm working on now, which is part 2 of The Long Halloween, which is taking me forever because I've had to re-record my lines 4 frickin' times.
Ooh.
Because the first time it sounded like crap. The second time, I am so angry with myself. I recorded it. I spent an hour and a half recording the entire script because I knew I was going to cut it down.
Mm-hmm.
Only to realize after I was done, I had forgot to turn on my mic.
Oh.
So I essentially spent an hour and a half talking to myself for no reason.
Oh, that's bad. That's
the
so bad.
third time I recorded it, again, there was just issues with the mic picking up every little detail in the background. So I finally was like, screw it. I took the computer to the storage unit and I re-recorded everything inside the storage unit and it finally sounded good.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I've got a little section of the storage unit, I've padded out so it doesn't echo as much.
Oh, nice. What's next week's Jep Nerdy?
Look, based on the Twitter poll, it'll be the Alien franchise.
Okay.
Okay, how much?
What were the options again?
Are there with that one?
The Alien franchise, the Hellraiser franchise, Supernatural, or Doctor Who.
Oh, I voted Doctor Who, I believe.
So
even though I don't know much about it, because on Amazon Prime I bought BritBox, so I've been watching all the old Doctor Who's, of Hartnell and the first, second, third, fourth Doctors, like Hartnell, Patrick Troughton.
I think I could turn off that. No one's going to be watching the ship traveling through the stars. And I'll probably end the stream shortly because as I said, I got to go pick up the little kids in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, but just to go back to what the whole point of this stream was, I didn't hate the first episode, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, I think I still don't care for the designs of some of the characters, but I think it's okay. It's not the dumpster fire. It's not the dumpster fire I thought it would be, but it's not like, oh my god, it's Star Trek saved.
Well, I think that they're definitely taking advantage of the fact that it's CGI by having the characters look the way they are.
I still don't like the. I still think that they should have made John Parg a better looking Tellarite than they did.
Is he supposed to be a Tellarite? I thought he was supposed to be a Talaxian.
Nope, a Tellarite. They say it.
Oh, okay. I must
they say it in dialogue. No, they say it in the next episode.
Oh, okay.
But they call him a Tellarite. But I feel like he's a Talaxian meets a Conehead.
Well, what do you think about the fact that they actually brought back a Metreon, or whatever you know what I mean, from that one episode?
Oh, the Pokeball? I think with the Pokeball, I think they did a good job of making it the smartest being on the ship, pretty much, in knowing what the heck's going on. I think it's like after Janeway, it's the most. It knows what's going on the most.
Well, what I'm just bringing up is the fact that they've even mentioned those characters or that alien species since TOS.
Yeah.
How do you feel about them bringing that species back in such a way that's so different from how they originally portrayed?
Actually, I think it portrays it actually quite well what the original series portrayed it as. It's a telepathic, a skilled navigator, and has a wealth of knowledge, which is what and it will kill you or drive you insane by the look of it. And I think they did exactly. They brought those characteristics back. So whoever wrote that character knew what a Metroid was. A Medusan. I mean, it's a Medusan.
Medusan, thank you. I don't know why I kept saying Metatron.
Because they were another species in the original series.
Well, you gotta give them a little bit of slack because it's more there's like 60 years difference between the shows, so they're making it look more advanced and stuff.
It becomes a very convoluted the timeline as you go through the show. Especially episode 5, the timeline just gets thrown right out the window.
Wait, so is there a time? Don't give me any spoilers, but just answer the question yes or no. Is there a time travel aspect to this?
Possibly.
No. Okay, I can understand that then. So we'll see what happens.
Possibly a time travel, but they haven't officially shown it yet. But based on the information on the show, that the events are taking place 5 years after Voyager in 2383. But there's an episode that throws that out of whack, because if you lay it down on the timeline, the creation of the ship doesn't make sense when the ship was supposed to be made.
Well, I hate to end the stream just as Mr. Miles gets here, because he's probably going to ask in a second who is Bruce Campbell. So I'm going to try to end it before he says that. So I'm just going to say later, folks.
All right, we'll see you, everybody.
Yeah, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to our channels.